Would you please hold this while we talk? It's a tool we use in our business. So you see, we have these things called silly putty tickets. Do you remember silly putty? You can shape, mold, stretch them. Well, with our tickets, you can shape, mold, and stretch them to exactly how you want. That helps satisfy you get more sales in new business. For instance, how many local business people do you have here?
We have 5.
5? And about how many key accounts does each salesperson have?
It's usually about 2 to 3.
2 to 3? Okay. And if you don't mind me asking in dollars, what size is an important account?
Around $25,000, I'd say.
25? That's good. How important is new business for your salespeople?
It is definitely very important for our future success.
And if you don't mind me asking again, do you have a strict plan that gets new business and focuses on new business every month?
As of right now, we don't really have a plan, and something that we're definitely looking for, though.
Okay. Well, it's always tough to get salespeople to focus on new business. By using our silly putty tickets, you can get them to focus on new business, and you can keep track. For example, the first step is to have your salespeople identify to them what prospects are key. That wouldn't be too difficult, would it?
I don't think that'd be a problem, really.
Most of my clients have told me the exact same. Most of my clients have told me that for building new business from new prospects, it's for the salesperson to develop a good relationship with them, usually through constant contact. A lot of the times, to build that relationship, salespeople will have an out-of-the-office activity like golf or lunches. Some of my clients have told me their problem with golf, though, is that they're just not really good golfers, and most of the time, it's more embarrassing to play rather than not. Personally, I get exactly where they're coming from. And on top of that, for the office, it's pretty expensive. And also, when was the last time you had a memorable chicken sandwich at lunch? Well, Eric, however, by using our silly putty tickets, you can get them to build those relationships and focus on new business while you keep track. Here's how it works. The salesperson calls a prospect who he's been working on for a while. He says, "Hey, why don't you join me at a Bulls game in the United Center? I've got the president's seats." This is not a situation where the salesperson is just giving away the seats. It's a salesperson inviting the prospect to go with him. Now, the salesperson has a chance to do some real out-of-the-office bonding. Remember, he wants to develop a relationship through constant contact. Giving the tickets away does not help build that relationship that you're looking for. Now, Eric, how effective do you think 2 to 3 hours of our Bulls games in the United Center would be for building a relationship?
I think that'd be really effective in terms of building that relationship.
Awesome. You're exactly right, Eric. And look at one of my clients who has enjoyed success exactly the same way. You can see by these numbers, Eric, he enjoyed a lot of success. Now, what could be even better than taking a prospect to a game is if you, as a president, or even the sales manager, could go with. Would you be willing to do that occasionally for the right account?
Yeah, I think for the right price, that'd be something we'd be interested in.
And would it be asking too much if your salespeople, for them to try to spend just one evening a month out with a key prospect at one of our Bulls games?
No, that's definitely something that's doable.
Exactly. So, Eric, our season is about 6 months long. If each one of your salesperson just took out one key prospect a month to one of our games, each salesperson would bring in 6 new prospects a season. Of those 6 new prospects, how many do you think would end up as customers?
Probably about 2 to 3.
2 to 3? Okay. Well, if each salesperson converted just one prospect to become a new customer, that would be $25,000 for each salesperson. With 5 salespeople, that would be $125,000 in new business. Do you see where I've arrived at this number, Eric?
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yeah? Okay, well, we've been talking about new business here for a while. We might also consider your existing clients. After all, your competitors out there trying to build the same relationships as you are with your clients. Now, would it be asking too much, Eric, to have your salespeople also spend just one evening with an existing client as well as one evening with a new prospect?
Well, they better. That's part of the job.
Well, exactly, Eric. And to give each salesperson just one game a month to take out a prospect, you would need 5 games a month. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. And you need a similar amount per month for the salespeople to take existing clients out. You would also need 5 games per month. 5 and 5, so you would need a total of 10 games per month. Now, let's talk about which type of ticket package would work best for you. Based on what you've told me, here's what I would suggest. Our best seating area in the United Center is right in the right half court in the suites. You get hospitality of free food and free drinks. My favorite food is the chicken tenders. Those are to die for. You also get to go on court for the shoot around and meet the players with a high five tunnel before the game. Now, Eric, the cost to have a planned, controlled new business effort is really quite nominal. For each one of your salespeople to just take one key prospect out a month and one current client out a month, you would need 10 games per month, or 60 games a season. The return on investment is actually quite substantial, Eric. If each salesperson brought in one new piece of business because of this focus on new business, your sales would increase to $125,000. Because you need 60 games, I recommend 4 full season tickets. That would leave 21 games for your employees or even more customers. And Eric, guess what? Your cost for 4 full season tickets is only $14,000. How happy do you think you'd be with those results giving this plan a try? That decision would be worth at least $125,000 in new business, if not more, maybe even up to $250,000. I can get this order in today, Eric, and reserve you these prime seats at this price. Now, Eric, would you prefer the account in your name or the company name?
You know what? That sounds good, but I think I'd just rather talk it over with my salespeople first.
I understand that, Eric. And when exactly would you be talking to your salespeople about this?
Probably Thursday afternoon.
Thursday? Okay, well, Eric, you said earlier it wouldn't be too much to ask your salespeople to spend just one night a month out with a key prospect, right?
I think that's doable.
And you said yourself, Eric, you thought the Bulls games in the historic and famous United Center would be the best place to develop those relationships, and there's a potential of $125,000 to $250,000 in new business, right?
Sure.
Then, Eric, with all due respect, why even let your salespeople vote on it? Why let them vote on $125,000 to $250,000 in new business for your company? If you think that this will work, and you think that your salespeople can just spend one evening a month out with a prospect and generate $125,000 to $250,000 in new business, what's there to even vote on? Eric, what if they say no? I had a client last year who was concerned about whether his salespeople would use the tickets. Here's how well it worked for him. Now, Eric, why don't we do this? Let's sign you up today, and we'll use our opt-out clause. Here's how it works. You're meeting with your salespeople on Thursday, right? Well, on this agreement, I'll put Monday's date at the top of it. This way, you have until Monday to opt out if you decide that $125,000 just isn't for your business. This way, you can get better seats locations right now, but if your sales staff just is really fighting you on making a ton of money, by next Monday, just call me up. I'll cancel the order. No harm, no foul. Now, Eric, can I reserve those seats for you?
You know what? I like the concept, but I just think right now it costs too much.
Now, how exactly do you mean, Eric, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, we just had a tough year and cut some budgets, so just really had to be smart on expenses and cut everything that's not necessary.
You know, Eric, coming from another businessman, I can totally understand that. You know, think about it this way. You said yourself that you thought it could generate $125,000 to $250,000 in new business for a pretty reasonable price of only $14,000. That's $111,000 of profit, Eric. That sounds like a pretty smart move on your part. What is it here that's really causing you to hesitate?
You know, I don't know. None of my clients are really basketball fans or fans of the Bulls.
How do you mean, Eric?
I don't know. They just really aren't into the Bulls games. They're more into Cubs games and the summer vibes, and less into, going out in the cold and dealing with all that.
Oh, Eric, that makes a lot of sense to think about your clients, and it just shows how great of a leader you are. But let's really think about this, though. This program really is designed to attract new business. You said earlier that our games would be an effective place to build that relationship, right? Well, prospects might not be fans of our team, but most like to see the biggest stars at the biggest sold-out games. LeBron James, Kevin Durant, the Greek Freak. You can all see them at our games. Bring your clients to our games. See those players. You don't have to be a Bulls player to still see the best player in the entire world, huh? This works for getting new business, and it works for most of your clients. I can take your order right now and get this business program going today at this set price, Eric.
You know, Dan, I think you've convinced me. I think it'll really help us with our business.
Eric, that's great to hear. Would you prefer this on a company card or in your name?
Let's throw it on the company card.
The company card, Eric? Perfect. Eric, thank you so much for your business. I'm sure we'll be in touch shortly.
Sounds good, Dan. Thank you.
Thanks, Eric.
Cool beans.
Do you want to try it one more time?
Yeah.